It's the money fucking Buddha show. What y'all been doing, man? Y'all getting this paper? Are y'all really getting this paper? Pull up on the scene with the gangster lean and get this paper. I like the old way. All right, I'm looking at this thing right here. What's up, man? Who was online this morning, nigga? I gotta hold on. I gotta log into my log into my burger again. Some new shit now, man. Money booted with all. We got like 600 something subscribers now. I got it. I gotta go live on the mornings. It's morning with booted. It's actually 7 in the morning, and it don't look it, nigga. So y'all need to be praying. I hope y'all are praying. I hope y'all didn't get y'all heart to the Lord. And I hope y'all subscribing to the Money Buddha and y'all got that notification bell and all that. In fact, and start telling niggas about a nigga now. It's time for y'all to start doing y'all work now. You got to do your due diligence now. You got to do you sucking dick, you running around, you doing whatever, you fucking supporting all these other lames. Them niggas ain't never put a pot money, a dollar in you niggas pocket like the Money Buddha has. Show some fucking respect to the mission. Show some respect to the mission. That's all I'm saying. Damn, let me see what's going on, man. They ain't trying to talk about my nigga T. I gotta get another market. What? Shit. Did I miss the move? I'm fucking around playing with you all trying to get this stream ready, bro. And this shit are already moving. I knew it was. I was trying to get it. I was trying to get it this morning. Shit. I'm about to start buying something right now. Y'all gonna get this live market this time, y'all. Ah, you little dirty ass crackers fighting already. Buy some shares, you fucking cunts. Y'all gotta buy this shit, man. Dog, I'm fucking. Are we live? Whoa, are we live right now? Whoa, holy shit! I'm trading on the camera. Y'all just got to see whatever y'all saw right there was the most. That's what the money Buddha looked like when he got that motherfucker when he crack open that shine gun, boy. I'm fucking trading right now. Boy, I didn't even realize I'm live right now. Hold on, am I still live for real? Whoa, I'm live out there, bitch. Whoa, this nigga Money Buddha, the focus. Y'all just got to see Supreme Focus. Focus. Supreme Focus. I'm up 200 already, nigga. So this thing moving. AT&T for the win. But get you some TT&T. Get you some AT&T. Dog, they always got these strange ass market maker orders, bro. I hate this shit, bro. Let this shit go up out of nowhere. Now there's some 7,000, 11,000 share fucking sell order that disappears out of nowhere, bro. I hate this shit. Ah, damn, suck my dick. This shit up nice and big, man. This shit about to have a big move, bro. Get that stupid orders. Get them pussy orders out of there. Weak ass motherfucking pussy market maker. Get that nigga out of there. This shit crazy, man. We got us a nice little move right there, man. We got 666, man. 1966, nigga. 65. The buying the market maker trying to create a spread. See, the market maker is, man. See, I gotta, man. I gotta know how the market maker work, man. I'm gonna pull my order off. I fuck around and pull that order off, baby. Fuck around and get them, cancel them orders and get them out of there. Look at them, dog. Look at the same saying. The market maker dragged that shit down so other people can get these orders, and that's their fault for not buying in. They should buy in. If you like it, buy it, bro. If you don't buy it, that's your fault that you're a pussy. And you miss out on opportunity, and then you constantly This short shit, I hate this short shit too, bro. These niggas keep making money on the downside, nigga. That shit, man, you shouldn't be able to make that much money on the downside. The most money should be being made on the upside. I got no problem with niggas making a little bit on the side tip on the downside to hedge the money because it don't always go up. You ain't gonna just want to have your dick just hanging out there with no condom. I can dig it. I can dig it. But this shit has gone to the point where now nobody wishes for prosperity. Nobody is yearning for prosperity. They constantly are talking about recessions and depressions and shit. This is real people's lives you be talking about. You get to go live in a mansion and go be huddled up in your little house with your worthless family that doesn't love you. You know what I mean? But people gotta live these lives that these weak ass motherfuckers be implementing these shitbag policies to. You know what I mean? And you pussy motherfuckers don't even like and subscribe. So y'all the ones who really are the ones who suffer the most. The poor people, the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. Cause you see, motherfucker, y'all stopping y'all doing whatever y'all doing. Don't stop a rich motherfucker like me. We gonna always keep moving and doing whatever because it's a different mind state. I like and subscribe people all the time. I don't even know what the fuck their channels do. So you can see the mentality is way different, nigga. I give you real gold, real money, real information, real things that could power your life and change the people around you. And you can't even click on the buttons and shit. It don't hurt me. Like Jesus say, it's gonna hurt you. Cause you ain't gonna get to see the critical. I'm up your whole salary right now. And it's only 7 a.m. It's only 7 a.m., bro. I ain't even fucking goddamn got your coffee. I don't even drink coffee. You see what I mean? I don't need that shit to wake up. I'm already wild and focused every day until the Lord comes, nigga. So, anyway, Money Buddha. I'm up. I'm rich. You're not. Man, suck my dick. Like and subscribe. For real, I'm up. I'm up all y'all money, nigga. You had to go become criminals and shit to get the kind of money niggas be making on this shit. That's why most of the people on here are criminals. But I'm a different kind of. I'm the money Buddha. You know what I mean? I want to show people that you can make money the right way. You don't. You. There's nothing wrong with being commerce focused. You know what I mean? Gain focus, but do good commerce. If you want to sell 3 apples to people, make sure you clean the apples. Make sure they good apples. Make sure you got a little stand and shit. You know what I mean? Show them your effort. And for you consumers who consume these people's apples, show some fucking respect to the man that made the man. Come on, man. God damn. Come on, man. Joe Biden voice. That's y'all problem. Y'all thinking, man, because y'all that's why y'all are slaves. That's why y'all have this shitty slave mentality and nothing really works for y'all in this shitty world. And then y'all constantly complaining that rich people aren't good people. Rich people are just like you. I'm just like you. You ain't hear my one song, the third song, track 3 on my mixtape, nigga. I see all you people. You just like me, nigga. But the only thing is you not like me. You know what I mean? So what is that? What is different about people like us and people like you? Is that we're not fucking haters, really, when you break it down. You all are hater pieces of shit, and you need to get right with the Lord. You know what I mean? And we are the chosen ones, man, and we just trying to show y'all the light. We just trying to shine bright like a diamond. You all are so busy hating on other niggas shining, you forget to shine your own light. You forget to be a beacon to others. Nobody, you can make a YouTube channel too, but you don't want to, and you tried it, and you ain't get no views. And so you hating. Don't hate. Don't be hating. I get views, and you don't get views. Because I'm a good person, and you're not a good person. Because I got charisma and personality, nigga. And you niggas are hater pieces of shit. You fake ass phony motherfuckers. Yeah, it got real today. Money Buddha. I'm live. I'm actually live today, y'all. It's a live Money Buddha today. It's a live Money Buddha. I'm the live Money Buddha. It's my fucking show. The Money Buddha show. If it looks like I'm staring into the abyss, I'm literally looking. I'm looking at my account. I got some new shit now. I figured out a way so that I could be live, and you all can't see my account, cause it be some classified shit classified. I be trying to show y'all a little bit. I show y'all the bottom every now and then. I show y'all like the bottom left fucking corner. That's like the only secure. That's the only declassified portion of this whole fucking shit. The rest of this shit classified. Woo! I think it's gonna be a good day today. Hallelujah. Let's all say a little prayer, man. Thank you, Lord Father God, everybody in the world. I mean, I found the name of the God. I shouldn't even. I don't even want. Never mind. I don't even want. Y'all gotta do y'all research on that. And trying to play around with these shares. They're not trying to let this shit go up, dog. I hate that shit. I'm holding. Keep holding. They trying to scare people. Market maker ain't shit. I hate this market sometimes, bro. It's like they so dirty, bro. Be wary of all you all who want to get up on this shit, bro. Be wary, cause this shit is lame, bro. Like they got no problem with this shit going down, but they don't. This shit go up a couple cents and they put the dampers on this jump because they know niggas making money out here, man. That's really lame how they don't want these people make billions and trillions and gajillions of dollars and they did nothing with it for years, for centuries, for eons. They you know what I mean? And they always seem to just wanna have time to harass a little guy trying to make a couple fucking you know what I mean, couple 100 million. I'm trying to get him in the hell like it. They always trying to harass this nigga trying to make a little couple hundred fucking million. Trying to get up there. I'm trying to get out the ghetto. Nigga money Buddha boy. This nigga just said trying to stop the little guy trying to make 100 million. This nigga boy, I'm trying to get out the ghetto. I'm think I'm gonna wash my hair and put some grease in my shit. Wash my hair, put some grease in my shit. The money Buddha needs a fucking stylist. The money Buddha stylist. Damn, man, come on, dog. These niggas are fucking coons. They done fucking playing with the price, bro. They seen they missing out on man. I hate this shit sometimes. If you really ask me, I hate this shit. And now they talking about they want to ban shit, bro. This is America, bro. These little loser pieces of shit can't ban a motherfucking thing in this motherfucker, bro. This is liberty. That's like, what are y'all doing, American people, bro? What is going on, bro? What is going on, man? Y'all better repent now. Repent now. Turn back from ye devilish ways, heathen. Heathen. Ye turn back from ye devilish ways. God, dog. Oh my God. Now these niggas trying to sell. Everybody's selling. Come on, my God. These niggas selling. What are you selling for, bro? You pieces of shit. What are you selling for? The damn market ain't even started yet, you dumbass fucking pieces of shit. God damn, I hate this shit, dog. This is actually gonna be live. This is live trading right here, nigga. Y'all wanna see a real y'all wanna see real live trading, nigga? This is the most realest shit right here. This is gonna be a realest episode of Money Buddha ever. You actually getting killed this shit. Y'all gonna I hate this shit sometimes. You love it obviously. It's like but you hate it at the same time. Every job got a problem, type shit. It never be the job. It always be the people at the job, nigga. And the problem with this job is not the stock trading and shit. It's the fucking fuckery on the ticket on the money. The fuckery. The niggas playing around with the fucking money. That's the worst part about this shit. Other than that, this shit would be smooth. This shit easy money. I guess that's why they do that shit, so it's not easy money. You know what I mean? Other than that, this shit is pretty smooth, nigga. You buy that shit and hold that shit, nigga, it'll go up. But that's what you think. Nah, and then they play games with the money, and like now all of a sudden they start stacking sell orders. Niggas start stacking sell orders out of nowhere and shit, knowing damn well, nigga, this shit's supposed to be going up. You start me up and then I never stop. Make a grown man cry. That's that Mrs. name, Mick Jagger. You're pretty, pretty, pretty. Rolling Stones. You're pretty, pretty girl. Whoa, come on, man. Whoa, look at the peak. See, nigga, y'all motherfuckers, skinny pieces of shit could never look like that. I feel so bad for small people sometimes. I be like, no wonder y'all be always complaining about I need to work out. Because y'all niggas are so frail looking. Woo, Look at that peak physical optimization. Nigga, I grab one of your niggas' hearts out of your fucking and yank that bitch out. But we non-violence. It's the Money Buddha Show. I'm the Money Buddha. I love you all. All right. Come on, baby. Go up. The market needs to go up today. At least this my stocks. I don't care. Oh no, I don't want to say that. I used to care. They make you not care in this shit. I used to think we could all eat. I used to want us all to eat. I used to think we could all eat. Now I used to have little groups. I used to be like, yo man, we gonna do this shit. Like right now, I would be telling everybody push, buy on the 63. Buy that shit up, let's go push. Nope, don't do none of that shit. That market maker is in control. I've learned now that the market maker is your god on this shit. The market maker. Market maker. Learn that name. If you learn nothing in this world, market maker. The market maker. I took it to the market maker. That fucking animation. I put the market maker. Market maker. You know they don't have all their. It's funny. You listen to foreign people's languages. It'd be like their language and then dot 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 your language. Like wait, they don't have any word for market maker in their language. No, it's like market maker. Like I was listening to some German shit the other day. What did they say? They said something in plain ass fucking English. I was like, damn, they ain't got no German word for that. They just totally slip. They just totally are slipping English words into these people's. Motherfucking America's slick for that, boy. We slowly fucking turning them people fucking English, bro. Because if you start speaking English, nigga, you're fucking English. That's the yeah, good. That's how that shit works. Pretty much, nigga. As long as a nigga can understand what the fuck you saying, like you can understand what I'm saying. If I was saying I should job blah blah blah, you would turn this shit the fuck off because you'd be like, damn, I don't understand what this nigga the fuck. I do it all the time. Like love the content, but nigga, I can't understand the word you're saying. That shit happens on Netflix all the time recently. Fucking piece of shit ass fucking Netflix. Motherfucking goddamn got all these damn foreign fucking Sundance films on. Anybody got Netflix? Am I the only one? I keep turning on Netflix and see something, and it's like all this sun. I think it's gonna be a good show, and then halfway, cause I'm so fucking dumb. Halfway through the damn show, oh no, hold on. All right, keep going. Halfway through the show, I'm like, they're not speaking fucking English. I done damn near watched this whole shit, not realizing them niggas ain't speaking a lick of English. Fuck, man, the market turning over, man. I'm about to sell this shit. Don't you hate this shit? Am I the only one that hates this shit? You get a good little play. You get some good stats. Everything is looking clean. You got a nice clean chart. Nice little bull flag, little pennant, flag and pennant. Looking for a nice little breakout wedge pattern. And then it breaks down and not up. So, like, isn't that so lame? Isn't that the lamest shit ever? Knowing that all the technical analysis and all that shit. That's why this one guy I like to listen to. He'll say right then and there, ain't no such thing as technical analysis. These charts are all a lie, nigga. If you're using technical analysis on this shit, nigga, they already got you. You are missing the fucking game. The game. Like my man, he like this. He teaches that shit, but I'm about to draw me my own flag and pin it and see if where we line up at. Okay, we're still in it. We're in a wedge pattern. I'm about to say, dog. I'm like, come on, bro. This supposed to be textbook. It's supposed to be textbook wedge pattern now. It's supposed to be textbook. This supposed to be textbook wedge pattern. Supposed to be textbook goddamn wedge pattern. This nigga said this supposed to be textbook wedge pattern. As if he knows shit about technical analysis. Cause I do. Because I do. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what part of me to believe. Let's believe the one that said yes. He knows. He knows about this. He knows things we don't know. Does he? I don't know. Who's been watching the show? I don't know. I think I've been breaking records this year. It's already it's only January. It's the third week of January. We're trying to stay on track. We want to go and hit a nice, cool 50. We were at 17. We are now, right now, at 27. So what is that? Pull a couch. Pull out a cat. Trusty. Our trusty couch. No good money person should be without a 3 second away from a good calculator. That's a fucking rule. All right, let's see. How much did I say? 17. And then we're gonna do no. We're gonna do minus. Remember your math. Remember your math, children. We're gonna do the reverse. We're gonna do 27, 9, 7 minus 17 something. Let's say 17. I don't know. It was looking bad. It was looking like it was looking like we was out the game. But I say 17 even. 17 even. Okay, so I've made 10 racks. We've made 10 racks. $10,974 we've made. Rough or take, rough math. Could be more. Could be less. Nah, it'll be more. But it could be less. But I think that's the lowest number. I like my math low when I'm doing my estimates. So it could be more. But it won't be less. Because that's the least. It's the smallest number. So we made like 10 racks in 2 weeks. So I was at 5K, 5K a week. That makes sense. About $1,000 a day. I was showing you all. That's about right. But it's probably more. So it's more like around 14. Probably about 14,000. Probably 14, 13,000. If you add in a couple of those hundreds or 1300s, I normally get more than thousands of dollars even. I lean to tend to get in the middles of numbers. So if it's $2,000, it's like 23. It's a 26. I don't just hit two and stop. Once I see a new number, I need to get into that new number. So if it's three, I need to go ahead and get into four. If it's four, I need to get into five. Let me stop. So anyway, come on, y'all. The wedge pattern now. I want to see if this wedge pattern holds, and see if this shit breaks down. I'm gonna be. I'm about to sell this shit, nigga. They supposed to be going up, nigga. I hate when that shit. They create such insecurity in the market. They not supposed to be doing that. They doing it. Oh, there we go. Breakout. Oh, that was a breakout. Come on now. It broke through the wedge, and then as soon as it broke through the wedge, they pulled it back, bro. Wow. See what I mean? The market maker ain't shit. The market maker is not your friend. Man, it's a live show today, money. It's the Money Buddha Show. Oh, okay, and you can hear me clear because you see I've been, I didn't get my shit together. I didn't got my shit together now. Got pop filters and shit, nigga. The show going global now. I wonder why that shit is been. I swear it was a little higher. There we go. I swear we were out of frame a second. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I swear we was. I swear we was out of frame. There we go. And then I keep putting the pop filter down into frame. All right. It's like it's you that's doing it, nigga. All right. That's annoying. There we go. Can I get it at an angle? There we go. Look at that, nigga. Come on now. Put me in the production crew, nigga. It casts the shadow, but shadows don't count. Shadows don't count, nigga. Okay. And I don't gotta look up. See what I mean? I got the proper tuning, so I can just talk clearly and freely. I don't have to be talking like this and looking up at the microphone so that you could hear me. Yeah, baby. It's the money Buddha. I wonder how it sounds though. Let me just do a little sound check on the stream. The microphone so that you can hear me. Yeah, because as far as I know, you could probably hear nothing. Which it seems like. As far as I know, you could probably hear nothing. Hold on now. Now you got it, y'all. Seems like. Hold on now. Two 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 two. Ah. Two 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 two. Ah. Ah. Hold on now.
Now the answer to today's
Two 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 two. Ah.
Mount Everest
Two 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 two
possesses an
two two.
elevation of 29,032 feet.
Okay.
It's part of what mountain range? The answer,
Ah.
the Himalayas.
I guess that. Come on, nigga. I guess that. Come on, nigga. Boeing didn't do good. Boeing didn't do good. These stupid niggas keep fucking selling, bro. Fucking crackers, bro. Get on my nerves. Hold on. Take a second. I'm gonna give me something to drink. These stupid niggas keep fucking selling, bro. Fucking crackers, bro. Get on my nerves. Hold on. Take a second. I'm gonna give me something to drink.
Sean Blakely, Technical Director at AmericanEagle.com. Our clients have complex website and digital needs. Wernico Global Brands needed a new website platform to empower marketing and reduce technical complexity for 12 international brands, including Werner Lab. We solve digital challenges like this all the time, re-architecting integrated back-office systems, significantly reducing operational expenses. For complete website and digital solutions, come to AmericanEagle.com.
All right, I'm back. I need to have a be back screen now. My shit about to go viral now. I'm going live. I gotta have to be right back, John, with the monkey pulling the plug and shit. I need to have a be back screen now. Okay, my shit is clear now. You can hear me. Now I'm going live. I gotta have to be right back, John, with the monkey pulling the plug and shit.
A stock market buys by 2023. Plus, Alphabet versus Microsoft. Who'll come out on top? Scan this code and get CNBC Pro today.
If you're like Iowa,
Hey, Crystal Coons here at Coons Tyson's Toyota.
Let me see something. Can I talk in the
Thinking
chat?
about buying a new Toyota? I'm about to show you a Toyota dealer so massive, so incredible, you won't believe your eyes. Are you ready for this?
Instability around the world. Market disruptions. Today, we face challenges never seen before. But the solution has never been clearer. Out here,
I'm over here
markets
leaving
are far
messages.
more stable. Out here,
I'll be leaving messages to
technology
you all.
drastically reduces emissions. Out here,
Bizarro loves you.
innovations power our future.
Bizarro, I love you. I love you. Bizarro.
Across your big Toyota selection, impressive doesn't even begin to describe what's waiting for
Comment
you at
section if you know what
Tyson's
that's
Toyota.
from.
This is Coons Tyson's Toyota, one of the nation's biggest selling Toyota dealers. Coons Tyson's Toyota.
there are multiple reports this morning that the U.S. could soon announce that it will send battle tanks to Ukraine as part of a strategy to get Germany to agree to send
They trying to get niggas to send these tanks to Ukraine.
Pompeo is familiar with global
Fucking scammers. We don't want to go to war. All you old ass people who want to keep sending shit over to do this war, take your ass over there and do that war your damn self.
America. I love Chris Secretary. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I read that some books like this are kind of
Damn, dog. They acting like they not trying to support the price. I hate this too, bro. Yeah, how the fuck did I just do that?
I saw that headline. I don't know that it's savage, but it's truthful. I tried to share with the American people our stories from 4 years, how we thought about the world. It's a pretty mean, nasty place. Well, and America's place in it.
We're going to talk about. You know about tanks too. Did you have any experience with tanks?
I was in an M1 battle tank patrolling the East River border for 3 years.
See, look, he says I was in an M1 battle tank. But you're not in an M1 battle tank anymore. And if you like to, you can go get right back in one. You fucking old ass piece of shit. I can't stand that shit. These fucking war pigs, man. Day of Atonement, war pigs calling. Just like witches and black masses. Death and hatred to mankind. Going in their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord, no. Oh, now they're gonna fucking kill the price. Oh, they just killed the price. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. Crazy, 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 bro. You know, this shit is crazy. This is why the world is the way it is, bro.
Well, I'll say this. He took a fifth of Ukraine under President Obama. He didn't take an inch of Ukraine during my 4 years as Secretary of State, and within months of our departure, he
This
went
shit
back
is
to
crazy, bro.
I can't
This shit gaps down. They put these crazy sell orders. They can just push the price down whatever they want, bro.
he understood.
Should give me a headache, bro.
We literally, we pushed back on Chairman Kim. The Taliban didn't take over Kabul on our watch, right? These are things that were just different. And you can argue about all the noise and all the craziness. In the end, look at, and what I write about in Never Give an Inch is look at the outcomes we got for the American people. I think they were unspeakably safer and created more economic opportunity for the American people than we've seen. It's tough. There's noise after my book, too. They're saying all kinds of nasty stuff. But the truth is, just put your helmet on. Get back out there.
This saga with the tanks in Germany.
Yeah, they saying nasty stuff because you're a piece of shit war pig and nobody respects you for what you're doing to the American people because you're a fucking criminal.
A better fit for what they need.
Fucking
the
scoundrel.
capacity to actually take the equipment from hopping off the railhead where they arrived to actually being prepared to deliver their lethality in the field. I think that's it. Look, we battled with the Europeans too. We were accused of wanting to pull out of NATO. We were trying to tell them if you depend on Russian gas for your energy, bad things will happen. Yeah, look, there's a long history with Germany. One of the largest German gas connectivity. Here we are on Squawk Box, right? This is often about economics and money. And I think the Germans have economic relationships with Vladimir Putin, and he won't touch it. And the truth is, that was just a fundamental misunderstanding of their own security.
With Germany, it's going to get tougher for us to lead, perhaps, with some of the rhetoric from the new Republican controlled House. We've already heard about it, and so Europe can't necessarily count on us, but they do seem to be willing to step up to the extent that Germany at least is good. And is that all related back to the what Putin, the sword of Damocles over their head with energy? Is that the relationship?
Deeply connected to that, Joe, for sure. Look, there are voices inside of my party that think that we should be doing anything, that there aren't American interests there. I just simply disagree with that. I think there are deep American interests. Folks say we shouldn't give money to Ukraine. This is for us. We put America first in our 4 years. This is one of the critiques of my book. It said, oh my gosh, you were always just thinking about America. I think it is deeply in America's interest. Our economic interests, our diplomatic interests, and our security interests to help the Ukrainians. They haven't asked for the 82nd Airborne. They just want us to have Lockheed and Raytheon sell them stop.
We have a picture at the bottom, but we talk about moral relativism in the world again and again and again. One of the things we talk about noise from
Sell them stuff with the money that you gave them. You're a dirty piece of shit war pig, and you should drop dead. This nigga's a dirty war pig.
I'm wondering,
Woo, there we go.
do we give the same cover to China as with Uyghurs? Where do we draw? How do we navigate through what we
Hashtag buy the dip.
is morally correct, and we sort of dispense it differently depending on our own self-interest?
Yeah, no, that's what we should do. My goodness. My job, when I raised my right hand as Secretary of State, it was to defend America, our Constitution, our way of life. And so, Ian Kirkpatrick wrote about this decades ago, right? Dictators and despondency. No one makes light of the fact that Jamal Khashoggi was murdered. I certainly didn't. We didn't. I sanctioned 13 Saudis myself. I signed the documents sanctioning them. But you can't make them a pariah nation. And you can see that, right? President Biden comes in and he says this is a pariah state. He ends up going on his knees to beg them for energy. We had a deep security relationship to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That matters an awful lot. It matters to the American people. And we were unabashed in not apologizing for our country. Doesn't mean you have to forgive. It doesn't
Aw, man, this guy's a dickbag. Look at these traitors, bro. You're a traitor. These fucking traitors. Fucking traitor.
pay gas. They didn't go after the same thing when 13 Americans were
You fucking traitor.
This one needs to be thoughtful about how they do it. And if there's trouble today in the Middle East, the
I
Saudis
looked in and cut my damn feed.
will be against us.
Called that nigga a traitor. Oh, man. I called that nigga a traitor and they cut the feed. They cut the feed.
We've messed up the relationship with China for 40 years. We thought more engagement would
They
lead
didn't cut the goddamn feed. Called the nigga a traitor. Nigga.
hundreds of thousands of jobs.
They didn't cut my goddamn feed.
And then dumping it back into our country.
They didn't cut the damn feed.
The largest spying operation against the United States, I believe, ever in history, run out of the Chinese consulate in Houston, Texas. And it never given in, so I talk about the fact that we knew this and we did nothing about it until I became Secretary of State. And I said, that's nuts. They were stealing, but they were stealing secrets from the American energy industry, the American technology and medical industry in the healthcare corridor there in Texas, from their diplomatic facility in Houston, Texas. How dumb can America be?
It's our largest spy operation in history.
Everybody's watched The Americans. We've watched all the Russian stuff. Good movies, good theater. The espionage operation being conducted by Chinese diplomats from that consulate was of a scale America has not seen before.
With our relationship with China, I mean, in the old days we'd say it was a frenemy, I guess, relationship in terms of trade. Do we now try to disengage or decouple because of their designs on leading, I guess, being the number one empire in the world in 5 years, or it's not the Uyghurs? We don't do things because we don't like what's happening human rights why we do it because of our own self-interest and what they have designs on in the next 5 years.
You mentioned, Joe, human rights. Ah,
He didn't like that. As I say, he brought up the human rights, and he said, "Oh man, I don't know about all that. I'm just a murderer. I just sell guns to people for murder. I don't care about human rights."
America's relationship with China should depend on the behavior of the Chinese Communist Party.
Nah, you worm.
Today, they're trying to destroy our way of
This
life
nigga on
for our
camera.
kids and grandkids to live in a country
This nigga's a
with
worm.
Marxist Leninists.
Listen to this worm.
And with a renminbi as the core currency. And we can't let that happen.
This guy's a fucking traitor.
Lots of things we have to do that are fundamentally different. The full throttle.
He's an absolute fucking traitor.
Build more commerce, help them build factories in China.
If he wants people to have tanks and guns, tell him to go use those guns and tanks out there him damn self. I can't stand the fact that they got these people out here running their fucking mouth about war, and then they never seen war. And if they seen it, then go back out there and get hit. I'm tired of hearing this shit. Trying to send young men to die because you're an old man. Take your old ass out there and get blown the fuck up. There we go. Putting that on the channel. That's got to go viral.
Less relationship, less political risk. We know big companies had to take write-offs in Russia because of what happened in Russia. That pales in terms of the
Hey,
American
Sweets.
sitting on the ground inside of China today, and the political risk is greater.
Oh, what you? Oh, whoa! Look at you all dressed all up and fancy and shit.
I would, and you should know they're doing it already. They're diversifying, and that's the answer. By the way, I don't fault some of them. America's big. We're here.
This guy's a worm. Whoever this guy is, Mike Pompo. This nigga's a fucking worm.
We encourage that. The U.S. government encouraged that for decades, but the reassessment has to take place. This fundamental reshaping of the economy of the world on a model that protects the U.S. dollar and our economy is essential.
Would you punish U.S. companies that do business there? Like, how would you handle that message being sent?
So on the things that really matter, where places you can I talk about this in the book. Think about semis, think about AI, think about our technology, think about the fact that in our universities inside the gates, those are the things you begin to fix. And when you do that, American companies will come to see it's in their best economic self-interest not to have so many eggs in the Chinese Communist Party's basket.
Are you going to get caught up in DocuGate? Are you surprised that?
I'm very surprised that they were in Indiana. Yes, and the vice president's home.
They're all different situations. We hear that, and depending on where you.
I'm not fucking picking my nose. You know, you that little part in your nose that like itches. I don't know what they call it, your septum, something like that shit. Let's see.
You might run. Are you considering it?
Susan and I are praying, trying to figure out what's next for us in life. Yes, Joe.
Does this latest incidents, there are multiple incidents, does it resurrect the former president to some extent in his eyes? If that was what people were looking at to decide he can't be the next president?
This guy's a cunt too. The other dude.
Trying to sort out who was going to be the next president. I
think New Hampshire's in a year.
No, but I mean, I don't think they're looking at these documents as the sine qua non of whether he's going to be the.
Because he's a worm. You're a worm. He fucking with him. I like it. Ah, you little worm. Look at this little worm squirrel screaming around. You got all these fucking politician pieces of shit fucking worms. You little worm. You anti-American piece of shit.
Apologize. Make sure you know. Be transparent with the American people. By the way, also for leaders, take accountability. There's documents.
I know the irony of you saying that shit. Take some accountability. You're the leader. You're the very leader that needs to take accountability. You fucking coont. You're the fucking one. You and the rest of your little buddies. I know you are sorry. And your apology is not accepted. On behalf of the American people, we don't accept your apology. You fucking war pig. You demon dog war pig. Go out there and get hit with a round or two. Come back arm, leg, head. And be up in Walter Reed and shit. And then you come back and tell me, do you still feel the same about war? You fucking piece of shit.
That company out with its earnings last night. You can see the stock is off by about 2.5% this morning. AT&T out with earnings. It's up by 2.
AT&T up with earnings. Out. How the kids do? Thought up gang sign, Nick. Now AT&T up with the business. And we're up like Donald Trump. I got fucking 3,000 shares of that shit right now. I'm up fucking, yeah. You right. Show you right. AT&T. I told y'all niggas, man. Nah, but they still holding it back. They need to let it run, man. I hate this shit. This shit should be up fucking $100 right now, man. I need to be a meal. Mother, give me a nice little meal. Give me a nice little meal for the month. A meal in a month. For the year, man. Give me a nice little millie for the month. And they know that can happen. And they don't want it to happen. Because they some pussy ass war pig, demon dog, devil worshippers. And they all going to the bowels of hell in the abyss. For fucking with my money, pussy niggas. Let this shit go up, you haters. It makes no sense, nigga. It's really in your best interest to let the money go up, nigga. You old ass people are gonna be dead, and then you're gonna be in hell and purgatory. Like, damn, I should have let the money go up. I should have fucking been more upwards instead of downwards. I'm the one now that gotta go to hell for being a short, and I don't get to fucking have any of that shit because you can't take it with you. So now all this shit you done shorted, you don't even get to fucking, you know what I mean? Who was that, what's his name? Rothschild somewhere now burning in hell. In a little hell, a little Jew hell somewhere. Talking about I should have let the money go up. All them little fucking freaks are in jail, burning in hell. Soon as I said that, they got an Applebee's commercial with flames. See? Trying to tell y'all, man. Now I won't be in them flames. Y'all niggas gonna be flamed up for being little hater pieces of shit. Fucking with the money. You better let the money go up. You better let it keep going up. You better let it go up till it can't go up no motherfucking more. Through the roof. Tear the roof off the motherfucker. Always trying to put a roof on something, nigga. I better tear this roof off this bitch. Hating ass motherfuckers, dog. And go and you acting like you can't change your fucking portfolio. Stop being, come on, y'all got trillions of dollars. Y'all already got more money than God. You niggas create the money. You are the bank. God damn. Nigga. That's what I'm saying, because it's not the same. Because they don't feel the same. It's different when you the competitor, the competitor. The competitor. It's different when you're the competitor. You know what I mean? And then when you're the officiator. Hello, what? Uh-oh. Come on now, eat Bunny Buddha. Money Buddha. It's different when you're the competitor than the officiator. Nigga. And that's why they are pieces of shit. Because they wouldn't pick their life trying to be officiators. And when you're a fucking official, nigga, that shit sucks dick. You know, you sitting around officiating all goddamn day. When you're a competitor, you got the glory and the dream and the vision of glory on your mind, nigga. Officiators, all they can do is try to harp over the rules and try to harness or hinder a competitor. You know what I mean? Come on now. Get on down. Pussy ass niggas. And we up like Donald Trump, and they buying that shit. Y'all better go get y'all some AT&T. AT&T. Oh, yeah, we eating. Yeah, baby, yes. More fire, and the fire rises. And the fire rises. See, you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. That's that nigga Bane. That's that Bane shit, boy. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. Yeah, AT&T is a cheap stock. No, yeah, crank that up. Can we hear that one more time? I need to hear that, nigga. AT&T, baby. Let's go. Up and away. That look like support trend line. Trend line support. I'm no technical analysis statistician. Woo!
Absolutely, and if we take that across the board, one of the things that we need to watch for now is companies cannot grow by acquisition. We have a government here that is really not allowing it. The FTC saying you cannot grow just by acquiring another company. So you're looking at organic growth. That is very tough for a lot of companies, especially if in an area
rates going up. So you have to really focus on your customer base. You have to focus on organic growth and focus on kind of what you have, given the valuation metrics that people have. So when we have companies trading at high premiums, today Microsoft announced earnings and they're talking about slowing cloud growth. I mean, Microsoft tasted 24 times earnings. We own it. We own a small piece of it, but it's a big part of the S&P. So it's over 5%. So we're getting into an area where I think investors are going to be looking to see what do I want to own for the next 2 to 5 years, especially if rates are going to stay kind of where they are.
If you own Microsoft and if they're talking about the slowing cloud growth,
They've accepted AT&T. Let's fucking go. Hey. 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 Ha! Nigga, you niggas be killing me with that shit, boy.
if you own AT&T or Verizon,
All them are fucking bone breakers moves, bro. Wrap that shit around my arm and snap your shit, bro. Wow, them all. See, that's man. Don't te- I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Money booty and God outside the money. The money and the money is kind of crazy. I start back. Come here. This nigga hit him with the Kamehameha. That nigga say, "Ka."
Everything you need to throw a legendary party for the big game this February. Welch's fruit snacks are my favorite snack. They're made with real fruit and taste delicious. Scan the flow code before time runs out January 31st. And make sure
You gotta have fun with this shit, man.
Welch's fruit snacks.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm about to have this. No, when that's this shit going up some more.
Phil Swift here for the Flex Seal family of flood protection.
About to really go up. AT&T about to drop their earnings. When they drop their earnings at 8?
To help you protect your home or business from damaging floodwaters.
Hold on, nigga. Let me see if I can find the.
Sealing power of our flood protection products. We built this entire house and sealed up.
Let me see if I can find the.
Windows and doors, thresholds and seams, crawl spaces.
So I think we're gonna be on earnings call in a second.
Or anywhere water may enter. Our flood protection products work together to create multiple layers of strong protection. Once everything is dry and sealed,
Let's see.
let's open the floodgates.
I'm gonna get y'all in. You want me to get y'all in? I'm gonna get y'all in.
That water is rising fast. But when Houston comes
Do what we were in. We got the call. Let's hear what we got to say about the brand. Let's hear what we got to say about the brand. Hallelujah, man. This is what I'm talking about. The right way, man. This place can be such a beautiful place, bro. That's when you fall in love with this shit again. And then it is. Always let you down, but let's not happen. They ain't gonna let us down this time. This time there will be jubilee. There will be jubilee. You gotta believe, y'all. Money blue. Like and subscribe. Get a job. Let me stop. It's hard to get a job though. So I can't even say that. They be the shit. You try to go get a job. I played around and tried to go get one the other day, bro, and that shit broke damn near broke my heart. I feel bad for motherfucker. Gotta go really go get a job out here. He asks you all these crazy questions and shit. It's like, damn, bitch, do you want a nigga here to work or not? Nigga, y'all trying to fucking people scan a nigga. We not dating, bitch. They be trying to date you and shit, bitch. You just paying me money, bitch. You said you was hiring, bitch. I'm here to get hired, bitch. So fuck all these questions for, bitch. God, nah, bitch. You do know I'm a millionaire. Let me turn this AT&T fucking background music down. See, look how the market maker can just put his fucking stock price anywhere. market maker machine is acting funny again. The fuck is it doing? He's trying to trade it down. Let it trade it up. Stop playing around with it. Or fuck around and fuck the money up. I know. I just said to myself, don't panic.
So it shows you it is still the very largest stocks that have weighed more on the S&P 500. Now, Microsoft, here's a two-year look at Microsoft relative to both the NASDAQ 100 and the broader software sector. Now, it's 12% of the
Mike Santoli. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
The Department of Justice targeting Google over its online advertising dominance, filing an antitrust suit against the Silicon Valley giant for the second time in about 2 years. Google's ad business generated more than $54 billion in the quarter that ended September 30th. In a statement, a Google spokesperson said that the DOJ lawsuit is attempting to pick winners and losers in the ad tech sector. To talk more about this, we want to bring in Anish Chopra, who is former White House Chief Technology Officer under President Obama. He currently heads Care Journey. And Anish, I'm really eager to get your take on this. This is a situation where Google is dominant when it comes to this ad revenue spending online, but is that the problem, or is there something else they're doing that's anti-competitive?
Well, this is a case that appears to be about big tech, but is really about whether they've been kind of in a traditional sense abusing their position in the market. So this is going to come down to emails and other evidence that they've been actively manipulating the technology infrastructure that powers how you and I access the free and open ad-supported internet. My guess is we at this point don't have the receipts from the Justice Department in terms of what they've got, but if they have a strong and compelling case, it will be a part of the policy mix to open up more of that infrastructure for advertising so there could be more competition.
What does that mean in English for somebody who doesn't follow this that closely?
Well, so there's an on-ramp for people that want to buy ads. There's an on-ramp for people that want to basically sell ads, and then a mechanism to basically create like a stock exchange for the ads that you and I get served when we visit the internet. Today, those are sort of tightly integrated, and Google is the dominant purveyor of those technologies. Now, they're arguing that they're using these technologies for greater good. They want the free and open internet to be successful. It helps the search engine business, so they're going to do that to improve consumer benefit. The allegations here are that they're manipulating the market. They're making statements like they actively gave billions of dollars to publishers to curry favor when the market would not have naturally supported those prices. And so that abuse of that critical infrastructure is at the heart of the case. My sense is that the technologies themselves need to work well together, and the debate will be if they've abused it, there's going to have to be a remedy. That may be a long ways off, and the probability of action like divestiture of Google's ad elements would be low, but it may result in some kind of more transparency so a competitor can participate in the exchange or participate in the on-ramps more seamlessly like the integrated Google package does today.
Am I right to think of this in the same way that you would have thought with the Microsoft antitrust suit, whether they were letting other people, other browsers onto the operating software?
That's right. It's not wrong for Microsoft to have had a browser and an operating system. What was wrong was how they were, abusing the market by telling suppliers they had to ship it with it natively deployed. And that kind of bullying, if you will, behavior is what led to that action to kind of strip out the particular software. That may be kind of where the justice and state AGs have gone to kind of get to that same spirit of free and open internet. If you remember, Becky, a decade ago, we had the same issue with the cable platforms having essentially a monopoly pipe into our homes. And so there was a policy debate about net neutrality. The cable company should not say Netflix is better than Peacock or whatever when it comes to the experience you and I have accessing that information at home. That spirit of net neutrality may start to creep up into these sort of app ecosystems, whether it be the advertising tech apps or the app stores at Apple. You're seeing a theme here amongst the policymakers to take that.
Man, I'm about to turn this crap off because these niggas be running their mouth and they don't know what they're talking about because they don't even have no fucking stocks. These niggas are a piece of shit. Let's see what's going on. I look at the Money Buddha shows live. I'm about to turn this crap off because these niggas be running their mouth and they don't know what they're talking about because they don't even have no fucking stocks.
So like
Okay, I'll reload it.
Hear what this nigga got to say. This nigga be well.
Looking for something new to do? Deliver with DoorDash. You'll keep your own hours, keep making money, and keep things interesting. Because that's how you roll. It's easy. Just pick up, drop off, and cash out the same day. Get started today at DoorDash.
if you know like I know, top of the morning, shout out to everybody in the Organic Nation. G Sport, of course, could not forget the G Squizzle. And the Gargoyle gang, the gang, the gang, gang, the gang, the gang, the gang, the three, y'all. I'm just happy to be here today, guys. Coming in with some organic understanding for everybody in the Organic Nation. You know, I appreciate y'all rocking with the campaign. Keeping everything copacetic. I need everybody to click that link below and add me on Twitch. I'm gonna start going on Twitch soon, guys. So go ahead and Twitch me up. Make sure you go get some Bo Inu. Make sure I put that link in the chat.
Nigga said, get you some boy, you know. The fuck is that shit, bro?
Before we get to that, man, I appreciate everybody going out their way and giving love and compassion to the three of them. You know, it's been a crazy week. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody coming through, giving them positive affirmations. It goes a long way. And I basically just want to shoot that back to y'all to let y'all know I'm here for y'all too. Just like y'all been here for me this entire time.
You see how these niggas be brainwashing y'all, but I don't do none of that shit.
You gotta have good people around you to remain good. You gotta give that good energy to people to get it back. And that's how I've been moving. I know that's how you guys been moving with me.
Oh, Lordy.
So I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys. That's what I need to say. Appreciate you guys, Money Buddha guys. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so,
Y'all been rocking with. Y'all been doing me. I love you all. I need you.
Stroke.
I need you like you need me.
So they did have to go ahead and pull the plug.
We need each other.
Brain dead the entire time since he had a stroke. Severe bleeding on the brain from a stroke. And my Uncle Bruce, if y'all remember the vlogs when I went back to San Diego, whenever I did, he was always there. You know what I'm saying? My Uncle Bruce. Man, nobody give a damn about no Andrew Tate, man. Who want to talk about Andrew Tate for? People always on the next man balls, man. Everybody relax, man. What's wrong with this weird dude, man? But yeah,
Yeah. This nigga said, fuck Andrew Tate.
But yeah, it's R.I.P. my uncle. You know, Uncle Bruce, that's gonna be a big blow to the family. You know what I mean? Weirdos, you know, man. So yeah, guys, I just want y'all to, appreciate the people that's around you while you can, because you never know when they're coming. You done making music. You just see him make a new song last week. Asking that dumb question, man. People on some crack tonight or something, man. Is that what's going on? Weirdo. song 12 years old. Talking about that old song, man. That song 12 years old, champ, man. Catch up. But big time understandings coming on the way, man, from everything. So buckle up. Got some different understandings gonna be delivered upon you through the content. So buckle up. Y'all gonna enjoy it. Make sure you get some Vote Inu. I pinned the link in the chat right there. Other than that, man, just living, man. Shout out to my brother coming back in town to, what's it at? Tonight, I think. They play the LA team, LA Clippers on Monday, so it's gonna be cool. But we're going through the roof right now, man. The bull run is coming, man. Shout out to Detroit. Who's been holding with diamond hands, preparing themselves for this bull run that's about to take place? Who has been doing that? Well, yeah, basically, yeah, both uncle, my uncle, I consider my uncle, he's been married to my aunt since I've probably been like 10 years old. And he's always been around since then, so he's married to my aunt, so basically on my mom's side. My other uncle was married to one of my other aunts. He was there the whole time. I'm the reason my name is named Jarvis because their kid died in crib death, and I was named after him. So he was around before I even was born. So um, that's basically on my mom's side. And then my aunt was my mom's sister. So yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, my uncle was so crazy that he had a stroke at his job the night before the funeral, and he lived right upstairs from her. So it was just, yeah, it's wild. But all we do is stay prayed up, stay positive, move forward, and try to be stronger for everybody else in the family. Because I know I'm built for it. I gotta keep everybody else in order. You know, that's my job as the leader of the family, and lead everybody to the positive side of things, which is difficult right now, but we're gonna make it through. But other than that, man, you know, keeping it moving, bringing you guys new content every single day. I got some new switcheroos coming in for the channel. I might bring a C8 to the channel. About the perfect spec. Shout out to my dog Sean at LACDJR. They just purchased a Chevy dealership, so of course we bringing that partnership back. Of course, I'm gonna get some new whips. So I'm probably thinking about getting a red eye jailbreak and also bringing a Corvette to the channel. What y'all think about that? I'll be rocking with that because I've done all I could done with the Urus and the Dawn. And also, guys, tomorrow I gotta do a situation that's gonna be monumental. I'm gonna break down more about what happened with my Rolls Royce Dawn. There's some stuff that's been going on for like the last 6 months that's been super crazy that I haven't spoke about, but I will speak about it after this is done tomorrow. Something that is real crazy that I've been holding in this whole time for 6 months. And, we finally get it rectified tomorrow. It's super weird. But yeah, something that we all can learn from, we all need to pay attention to. And it's some like real wild thing that took place with me with a car that cost $300,000. It's crazy. You should get a C8 and get it painted similar to the old vet. Yeah, so like I hear that, but I don't want to do the same thing I already done. Like that would be kind of legendary to get the C8 and do the wheels again, crazy color, and do the same wrap, but that's the same thing. I don't think that'd be innovative. You know what I'm saying? I could do that, but I don't think that'd be like top level enough. You know? But yeah, guys, I want you guys to be ready for what we got going on with Inu. We just picked up our 37th Stage 5 of the roadmap is here. Stage 5 of the roadmap. First, we got the Voltage Dragons reward. Then we got the bridge on the Voltage change. We got Voltage change gamification. We got global staking platform. We got a Voltage soft. We got Voltage code. We got branded physical cards. We got Voltage shop. We got 3 top 10 exchanges on the way. We got BDSC Battle Royale game. We got BDSC in-game marketplace. We got 1 million burn at the all-time high. We got Vote Library. We got 100 Voltage Change Wicked editions. We got 250K holders. We got 250K Twitter followers. All that's coming. So stay tuned. All that's happening this year. Trust me. Be ready. Shoes back to the old me. Motivate me to get in the gym. The gym videos going. Start getting in the gym. Keep up the videos. I got you, champ. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, I appreciate it, champ. Organic love. How about the BMW I8? I would. Would you ever get that car? I always wanted that car, but once I got to the top, I didn't want it. Give us little Jill biz what's been going on the past 6 months. Who is this weirdo? Not you, brother. Not you asking that question. I had that car in 2016. Top three. Top 10 decisions is bet. They ain't got listed. No cap, brother. I've been watching you for 4 years. I can't believe it's been 4 years since the growth. Yeah, man, it's been going hard.
If I look displeased, I am.
Grind like a fool, but yeah, I just feel like this. What's been going on for the last 6 months is so crazy, bro. Like what's going on with my Rolls Royce behind closed doors. That's a downgrade for organic. It is, but it seemed like once I got all the supercars and the big boy cars, people really stopped paying attention to them. So why would I? And like I did it for myself. I had them. I got them. I did everything I do to them. So I lived my dream of having those cars. So at the same time, I can have fun with just the regular cars. You know what I mean? Cause it ain't doing like y'all not rocking with the big boy cars on my channel like that. I think y'all like the Hellcats and Corvettes better. So I've done them. I had them. I had every car I ever wanted. So why not just get some regular cars and have some fun with them? You know what I mean? That's regular to me, but it's more inspiring and more obtainable for most of you guys to get that. I think you guys be motivated more by seeing those cars by than going big dog. I fulfill my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I fulfill my dreams at the same time. I got some stuff coming. Facts, at the end of the day, they're material things. With one of those cars, you can build whatever makes you happy. Respect. What about old cars? Chevilles is dope, but I'm not really into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm built off Corvettes and Hellcats and stuff like that. That what people know Mr. Organic for. That what they know Mr. Organic for is Hellcats and Corvettes. You know what I mean? The number one car people still ask me about all the time is my Corvette. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, get rid of them. I like muscle cars better. That's how a lot of people feel. I did it. And plus, I already did them all crazy, you know? And on top of that, too, to keep it real with you guys, I also want to, sell them joints and then reback invest into the crypto market as it's going for the bull run. Apocalypse don't like apocalypse, and nothing but a Jeep Wrangler goes away. Get whatever makes you happy. Yeah, it's about that. We're gonna do that too, but it's still business at hand too. Still got a business out here too.
So this is big business.
Yeah, you did everything the car shit. That's a fact. Because I'm on the Carlo Grand National. Those are classics though, but that's not my style. If I ever did old school, it'd probably be like Chevelle, Camaro, those types. 96 Impala Mook, something like that.
Man, they playing with the money.
Welcome to Mom 121. Grandma 211. I understand 3. That's heavy, heavy sauce. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I never really had losses like this in my family.
better go get y'all fucking get y'all. You do some dope and go and be a boss, so you better not be broke. Nigga, I spent 100,000 on some clothes. That's a Moncler. Nigga, get that money on you, motherfucking hoe, or your ass out here gonna be broke. That's that fucking cheap shit. Just to stop a nigga in these Air Force Ones. I got all my motherfucking jury home. I like that trigger though. I'll take that trigger. I take that damn trigger. That snap back tattoo trigger you got. That snap back.
No
Snap
application
back
fee if you
tattoo.
apply by
Nobody remembers that either.
February 15th at
Goddamn.
University of Maryland
Not too
Global
old.
Campus, offering online and hybrid courses and lifetime career
God damn, the
services.
fucking
Learn
money
about
is acting
more than
stupid as shit.
125 degrees and certificates at umgc.edu.
God damn.
They told me the double turned out correctly. They're waiting for us downstairs. It's horrible.
Oh my shit, I might as well play a little Call of fucking Duty. I might play a little Call of fucking Duty. How y'all been liking the Call of Duty stream? Hold on, I wonder if I can can I transition? If I can transition, I'm done. The money booty. Oh, we done gone viral. Hold on, I can just bring the Call of Duty here. Live all this time, niggas money boo the world. Cause I'm about to get me a cameraman soon. Once I get a cameraman, you know it's over. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, nigga, we going camera. We got it. Market acting fucking stupid as shit though. Yeah, this one is kind of better. I kind of like this one. The graphics is kind Stop trying to sell, man. The price go up.
You outside the zone. Start moving.
Because the also putting these sell orders up and it starts thinking, well, fuck, I need to be selling. Leave it alone. Let it hold the price. Man, if this price go up, man, we can make a decent fucking portion. They're playing around.
Tossing a frag.
Found medical here.
Helping close the digital divide by focusing on access to affordable high-speed internet is a top priority of AT&T. The intent of these government programs is to provide the necessary funding and support to allow both AT&T and the broader service provider community the means to invest alongside the government at the levels needed to achieve the end state of a better connected America. As the year progresses, we expect to gain more clarity around additional opportunities that exist, none of which are included in the 30 million plus fiber location target I've mentioned. As we compete for this subsidy, we'll bring our operational and market experience to compete for contracts in a disciplined manner. We may be the only participant that has the ability to bid as part of embedded wireline operation, scaled national wireless provider, and Gigapower may participate as a focused and flexible commercial open access wireline fiber network. We think this will prove to be a winning combination in pursuit of attractive growth. The bottom line is this: our commitment to fiber is at the core of our strategy. In footprint, we're on track to deliver our 30 million plus location commitment and we're building the strategic and financial capabilities to take advantage of further opportunities as they emerge. To wrap up, regardless of what transpires in the macroeconomy, we remain confident in the resiliency of the services our customers depend on in their daily lives. I believe our plan for the year rings true to who we are at our core. For almost 150 years, AT&T has invested heavily into connecting our country. And in the process of doing so, we've provided a spark for innovation that connects people to greater possibility. This year, we'll continue to honor this heritage by significantly investing in best-in-class technology to build on a foundation for the future of our country's evolving connectivity needs that we expect to grow significantly in the coming years. With that, I'll turn it over to Pascal. Pascal?
Thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. Since John already discussed the great momentum we had this past year in growing our customer base in 5G and fiber, I'd like to start by taking a look at our fourth quarter financial summary on slide 8. First, as a reminder, with the close of the WarnerMedia transaction in April, historical financial results have been recast to present WarnerMedia and certain other divested businesses as discontinued operations. Therefore, where applicable, I will highlight our financial results on a comparative like-for-like basis. For the fourth quarter, revenues were up nearly 1%. On a comparative basis, revenues for the full year were up around 2%, largely driven by wireless service revenue and, to a lesser extent, broadband in Mexico. This was partly offset by a decline in business wireline. Adjusted EBITDA was up about 8% for the quarter. For the full year, adjusted EBITDA was up around 3.5% on a comparative basis, as growth in mobility, consumer wireline in Mexico were partly offset by a decline in business wireline. Adjusted EPS from continuing operations was 61 cents, up about 9% for the quarter, primarily due to strong organic growth in mobility and lower interest and benefit-related expenses. For the full year, adjusted EPS from continuing operations was $2.57. I should note that we've taken a $24.8 billion non-cash goodwill impairment charge in conjunction with our annual goodwill assessment, primarily due to increases in discount rates associated with the overall rise in interest rates. We also took a non-cash charge of $1.4 billion to abandon certain conduit assets related to the ongoing rationalization of our copper network. Free cash flow for the quarter was $6.1 billion, including about $800 million in DirecTV distributions. This is an improvement of $780 million year over year, even with a $1 billion lower distribution from DirecTV and $500 million less in FirstNet capital reimbursements. We also delivered on our revised full-year guidance with free cash flow of $14.1 billion for the year. Cash from operating activities for our continuing operations came in at $10.3 billion for the quarter, up $2.3 billion year over year. For the quarter, capital expenditures were $4.2 billion, with capital investments of $4.7 billion. Full-year capital investment marked an all-time high at $24.3 billion as we continue to make record investments in 5G and fiber. Now, let's look at our mobility segment operating results on slide 9. For the 5th consecutive year, our mobility business grew both revenues and EBITDA. Revenues were up 1.7% for the quarter and 4.5% for the year. Service revenues were up more than 5% for both the quarter and the year, driven by continued subscriber growth. This exceeds the raised annual guidance we provided you last quarter. Mobility EBITDA was up about $740 million, or more than 10% for the quarter, driven by growth in service revenues, transformation savings, and the absence of 3G network shutdown costs versus the fourth quarter of 2021. This was partially offset by higher bad debt levels. For the full year, mobility EBITDA grew nearly 4%. Even as competitors introduced richer promotional offers during the holiday seasons, our consistent go-to-market approach once again drove our results. This gives us confidence that we have the right formula and structure in place to continue to grow customers, service revenues, and EBITDA at a healthy clip this year. Mobility postpaid phone ARPU was $55.43, up $1.37 or 2.5% year over year. ARPU growth continues to come in ahead of our expectation and largely reflects our targeted pricing actions, customers trading up to higher price unlimited plans, and improved roaming trends. As John previously mentioned, postpaid phone churn of 0.84% for the quarter declined year over year, even as we were less promotional compared to our peers. We believe that this decline is reflective of our improved customer value proposition. In prepaid, our phone churn was less than 3%, driven by Cricket phone churn that was substantially lower than 3%. While we believe industry wireless subscriber volumes will continue to pace towards normalized levels this year, we also expect our consistent go-to-market strategy to help us deliver strong relative performance and ongoing customer growth. Now, let's move to consumer and business wireline results, which are on slide 10. Let's start with consumer wireline. As John mentioned, our fiber customer growth and network expansion continue, and wherever we have fiber, we win share. We added 280,000 fiber customers even in a seasonally slow fourth quarter that was impacted by lower year-over-year household move activities and challenging December weather conditions. The increasing mix shift from legacy products to fiber drove strong broadband results, and we expect these trends to continue. Broadband revenues grew more than 7% year over year due to fiber subscriber growth and higher ARPU from the mix shift to fiber. Fiber ARPU was $64.82, up $2.20 sequentially, with intake ARPU now approaching $70. Consumer wireline EBITDA grew over 20% for the quarter and nearly 10% for the full year due to growth in fiber revenues and transformation savings. Turning to business wirelines, EBITDA was relatively flat for the quarter due to $90 million in intellectual property transaction revenues and ongoing transformation savings as we continue to rationalize our portfolio of low-margin products. In fact, margins were up 110 basis points year over year thanks to our transformation process. This rationalization process will continue in 2023 as we remain focused on the opportunities that our 5G and fiber expansion create in the small and mid-sized business category. Our business solution wireless services revenue grew more than 7%. This is very impressive given the fact that we already have the second largest share and are growing faster than our peers. FirstNet wireless connections grew by 377,000 sequentially. Now let's move to slide 11 for our 2023 financial guidance. Let me walk you through how we're thinking about operating expectations for 2023. First, we expect to continue to grow mobility subscribers against a return to a more normalized industry growth. We also expect continued benefits from a larger subscriber base and improving ARPUs. This should result in wireless service revenue growth of 4% plus for the full year. For broadband, we expect revenue increases of 5% plus, reflecting a higher mix shift to fiber with improving ARPUs, partially offset by continued legacy revenue declines. Overall, we expect to grow total revenues next year. However, as you all know, variability in equipment revenues driven by industry volumes could be a factor on consolidated top-line trends. As we think about EBITDA trends in 2023, we expect to grow mobility EBITDA mid-single digits as our disciplined approach helps us grow our valuable subscriber base. In business wireline, we expect EBITDA to be down high single digits due to continued declines in legacy products, partially offset by incremental cost savings and increased fiber-based revenues. As you consider the first quarter for business wireline, it's worth noting that 2022 included a one-time incentive compensation benefit that will impact year-over-year comparisons. In consumer wireline, we expect to grow EBITDA in the mid-single-digit range, plus or minus, due to continued growth in fiber revenues and transformation savings, partially offset by continued declines in legacy copper subscribers. We expect to benefit from ongoing corporate cost reductions. Altogether, this yields consolidated adjusted EBITDA growth of 3% plus for the full year. When you think about adjusted EPS calculations, note that our guidance reflects nearly 20 cents per share of headwinds associated with non-cash pension costs related to higher interest rates and, to a lesser extent, lower spectrum interest capitalization. Importantly, we have no need to fund our pension plans for the foreseeable future. We also expect to incur more than 5 cents of non-cash headwinds related to a higher effective tax rate of around 23 to 24%. Combined, these headwinds aggregate to about 25 cents year over year. Normalizing for these non-cash items, our guides would imply adjusted EPS growth consistent with our expected growth in adjusted EBITDA. Given these assumptions, adjusted EPS is expected to be in the $2.35 to $2.45 range. We also expect adjusted equity income from DirecTV to be about $3 billion for the year versus $3.4 billion in 2022. Here's what to consider when looking at our free cash flows for 2023. First, we expect adjusted EBITDA growth of 3% plus. Next, expect cash interest to be down about $500 million. Assume your cash taxes will be higher in 2023 versus 2022 to the tune of about $1 billion. And expected cash distributions from DirecTV should be down about $1 billion. We continue to expect that 2022 and 2023 will be our peak investment years, so capital investment is expected to be consistent with 2022 levels. We also expect about $2 billion of working capital improvements, largely from lower deferrals and higher non-cash amortization of deferred acquisition costs. As we mentioned earlier, we expect a more normalized industry growth volume, which is expected to help working capital as well. When you combine all these factors, you get to a free cash flow expectation of $16 billion or better. This is about twice as much as our current annualized dividend and more than enough to cover other commitments. Similar to last year, we expect greater free cash flow generation in the back half of the year based on higher capital investment levels and device payments in the first half of the year, as well as the timing of the annual incentive compensation payout. We will use our free cash flows to pay out our dividend and to pay down debt as we continue to progress towards our target of 2.5 times net debt to adjusted EBITDA, which we anticipate will take place in early 2025. Lastly, the guidance we provided you is based on our current reporting. We expect our segment reporting in 2023 will remain the same as last year. However, I'd like to note that we no longer plan to record prior service credit benefits to the individual business segments with a corporate elimination. Instead, it will only be recorded in other income. Overall, we are confident in our plan for the year, and as John mentioned, it takes into account our expectations for a more normalized industry growth backdrop against continued challenges in the macro environment. Our confidence is underscored by the resiliency of the services we offer, the consistent strength of our go-to-market strategy, our ongoing momentum in core connectivity, and most importantly, our team's unwavering commitment to deliver best-in-class services to consumers and businesses alike. Amir, that's our presentation. We're now ready for the Q&A.
Thank you, Pascal. Operator, we're ready to take the first question.
Of course. And if you'd like to ask a question, please press 1 and then 0. You'll be placed in the question queue. If you're in the question queue and would like to withdraw your question, you can do so by pressing 1, then 0. Our first question today comes from the line of Brett Feldman with Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
Thanks for taking the question, and I think I'll start off with a follow-up here on the outlook that you provided. Appreciate some of the color that Pascal provided about the different operating segments. Maybe at a higher level, could you give us a sense as to what you mean by a more difficult operating environment? In other words, to what extent does the outlook for this year anticipate maybe a recession or ongoing inflationary pressures? And then I imagine one of the questions we'll be getting today are what are some of the key swing factors? And so if we were to use your adjusted EBITDA guidance as an example, what's the scenario that gets you to 3% growth, and what could be the swing factors that might take that into the or higher category? Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Brad. Let me go ahead and I'll start, and then Pascal can jump in. So, first of all, look, at the foundation of what we're telling you is we've been, I think, very conservative and thoughtful in the guidance we've pulled together. It is a tough environment to predict. There's a lot of geopolitical things going on that I think anybody would have a hard time seeing into a crystal ball on, and that's probably the most difficult wild card. But, I think we've tried to take a conservative stance of what we see in the economy today, and what the foundation that's rested on is we know that the services that we provide to customers are pretty resilient even during, more challenged economic times. And so we have a reasonably high confidence level that, our customers are going to continue to want to use the product and pay us for it. I think if you go back and look at my public comments, probably over a year ago, I've had a relatively conservative view of where I thought the economy was going to go. I've been fairly vocal that I think inflation's a tough thing to have a healthy economic environment in that's good for everybody, and that it creates some challenges in places. And ultimately, a lot of that came to pass. The good news is I think we're through the worst of it, and we see it easing. But as you heard from my comment, we've expected that we're going to continue dealing with some of that pressure as we move through this year. So we don't have an outlook that says that we've solved the problem. We have an outlook that says we're going to continue to deal with pressures that are hitting some of our line items economically that we've got to account for, and things like energy and some of the continued wage and employment pressures that we've had to deal with that will carry through. And we have some longer term contracts that didn't come up during the last year that we know are going to hit us this year in renewals that we have to factor into that. And I think we've tried to do the best we can around it. I see the economy being relatively stable right now. We're not seeing anything that's, causing us to be extremely concerned about it. But what happens later in the year, who knows? The point we've made is we've kind of assumed that we're not going to be in a robust growth environment as we make our way through the year. I would tell you, if you're asking kind of what the swing factors are, I think the swing factor, frankly, is if there's some kind of a geopolitical disruption that's, something significant that none of us anticipated or that we hope would never happen, that creates a disruptive event. That's probably the thing I'd look at and say, I couldn't predict it, I couldn't plan for it, and that's going to be the issue that we have to deal with that, just pops up and isn't going to be just an AT&T issue.
Yeah, Brett, the only other thing I would add is, look, we've assumed in our outlook a more normalized industry growth environment. So to the extent it's more than that or less than that, that could be a swing factor. But the thing that I think is important, and I said this in my commentary, is whatever the environment is, we expect to perform relatively well versus the peer set.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Brent. Operator, if we can move to the next question.
And our next question comes from the line of John Hodulik with UBS. Please go ahead.
Great. Thanks, guys. Maybe just a couple of quick follow-ups on capital usage. Pascal, you may have said this in your remarks, but what's driving the $2 billion in working capital savings this year, and what are your confidence behind that? And then could you remind us on the CapEx side, obviously $24 billion again this year, but just what was the longer term sort of view? When can we expect that to start to come down, and what do you guys think of as a more normalized sort of CapEx, especially given what you have now with Gigapower and all the fiber initiatives? Thanks.
Sure thing, John. Here is the way I think about the $2 billion that
I flagged in our guides for 2023. The last several years, we've been growing our subscribers in wireless. With that came some upfront acquisition costs. We've said for a while we expect that to level out in 2023, and so once you have that leveling out, we are no longer going to be spending more each and every year than the prior year in acquisitions. So that leveling out, there is assets that are on the books associated with the deferred acquisition costs of those subscribers. That's going to be amortized. We have great visibility into that amortization, and that's obviously non-cash because we spent the cash the prior year. So that we have very good visibility to. And look, if we grow more than last year in terms of wireless subscribers, that could be a swing factor, but I don't anticipate that.
Got it. And then the CapEx?
CapEx, the thing to keep in mind is we plan to be at peak levels in 22 and 23 because of the significant contributions that we are getting from DirecTV. In 22 and 23's CapEx is, fairly meaningful amounts for spectrum deployment and transformation that will begin to moderate as we exit this year. We haven't updated the guide we provided at Investor Day, but clearly we expect to trend down towards more normalized capital intensity as we exit this year.
Okay. Thanks, Pascal.
Thanks very much, John. Operator, if we can move to the next question.
And our next question comes from the line of Phil Cusick with J.P. Morgan. Please go ahead.
Hi, guys. Thank you. Turning to fiber, Gigapower was a great announcement, but a little smaller than we had expected. John, how do you think about the $1.5 million versus the potential of that venture or for others in that model? And your own on-balance sheet fiber construction of I think you said $2 to $2.5 million annually seems like a slower pace than we had been discussing. Is there anything changing there? And then finally, just to John's question, one quick clarification on the free cash flow. Pascal, is that working capital going to contribute $2 billion to free cash flow in 23, or is it just offsetting what had been a $2 billion drag, I think, in 22? Thanks very much.
Hi, Phil. So first of all, as I mentioned in my comments, I view the fiber portfolio as a portfolio. It's a portfolio of options for us to look at where the return characteristics are most optimal and how we deploy capital around that. And I'm trying to be pretty overt in my commentary to all of you that we understand that we need to be very disciplined in demonstrating to all of you that each of those portfolio decisions and how we put capital against that is in fact driving acceptable returns. I'm very mindful of the fact that the Gigapower announcement is a model that the investor base is unfamiliar with. This is something different and something new. And I want to be very sensitive to the fact, just like we did when we were deploying in region fiber and stepping up our investments, I've tried to be transparent with all of you around what our progress has been on the key drivers of the economic return of that investment. We've been sharing pretty aggressively things with you like ARPUs and penetration rates and a variety of other things that give you the confidence that in fact that's a sustainable, smart, long-term investment. This new Gigapower model is a bit different. And I think it would be normal for any of you to look at it and say, gee, is it going to return at the same level? And so to demonstrate to you that I'm serious about ensuring that every incremental investment decision we make, and this, look, 1.5 million homes, you may say, well, that's not a lot. It's, it's over $1 billion of investment to be able to go do this. We've set up this first tranche to be able to come back to you over the course of 18 months and give you information that raises your confidence that, in fact, we are driving the returns on this in the way that we anticipate them to be attractive. And the management team that has been put in place and how the partnership is set up is intended to do exactly that. We will be in the market very, very soon, right after the announcement. I intend to have 12 months of penetration information that I can bring back to you. And you can bet that, when we're successful doing this and we demonstrate to you that we have the numbers to back it up, that it won't necessarily still be $1.5 million. I would also tell you, I want to be thoughtful about, as I made the comment, what is it that we should own and operate 100% to ourselves, and what do we want to do within the partnership? Just like we might have done when we were building wireless infrastructure, a couple decades ago. And if we hit the ball out of the park and things are great, we may choose to do some of this in-house and on our own and not necessarily subjected to a partnership. On the other hand, if we need more scale and we need to move faster, we have a vehicle now that's set up that we can move very quickly to increase the amount of funding and the amount of capacity that's in that entity to take advantage of that. And so we're going to have data that we can come back to you with, and we'll, I think, do the right thing and try to make sure that you're moving along with us every step of the way. And I just see this as another tool that gives me a lot of flexibility and a lot of options. Relative to the in-region fiber side of things, as I said, I'm looking for a portfolio of returns. And what I tried to stress in my opening remarks is I'm giving you a characterization right now of what we think are high return options within the 30 million passings that we committed to.
All right, I'm back. My bad.
And what that looks like. And I've tried to clarify because I know some of you have been trying to do the math on it. But we have these other options now. I want to balance out what I think the return characteristics will be through the Gigapower initiative. And we are going to now see some volume and capacity coming in out of the 30 million build that will be subject to BEAD funding. And some of that subsidy may have a very different return characteristic than some of the stuff we're doing organically in region right now. And I want to have options open to understand that and look at that aspect of the portfolio as well. And I think we'll get clarity on that as we're into the third quarter of this year, that we start to see where we're successful at bidding for that money, how much it is, what kind of a build lane do we put on the business in terms of having to add capacity to get the build accomplished, and how does it fit into the kind of operating territories that we think set us up for a geography and a footprint that's intelligent for us to operate moving forward. So that's kind of how I think about it in aggregate, and I'll let Pascal pick up your question on the free cash flow clarification.
Hey, Phil, the simple way I think about the majority of the $2 billion is this. We have deferred acquisition cost that's on the books where the cash went out in prior years. That it's going to continue to be amortized against EBITDA in 2023. That is non-cash expenses burdening. So when you just the sheer mechanics of adding that back to our to our EBITDA will elevate the cash EBITDA that the business produces.
Thanks, Pascal. John, if I can follow up on one, sorry to be obtuse, but do you look at Gigapower and BEAD spending as alternative places to spend your capital and effectively now slowing the organic pace to get to that 30 million?
I've given you the pace of how we get to the 30 million, and so I don't see that changing. I think we're committed to what I just articulated to you. So if you're asking, am I going to come back and give you an incremental revision of that 30 million to substitute? No.
But Phil, to be clear, Phil, this the BEAD money and the Gigapower are incremental to the 30 million.
Yeah, if that's your question, 100%.
Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much, Phil. Operator, if we can move to the next question.
And our next question comes from the line of Simon Flannery with Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Great. Thank you very much. Good morning. If I could just stay on the broadband theme, if I could, perhaps I think you talked perhaps about providing extra color on the financial construct of the BlackRock JV. Are you contributing any capital, any assets? How exactly should we expect that to flow through the financials? And John, on the BEAD, perhaps you just give us a reflection on the status of the process, the timing, how this is going to play out. I think there's been a lot of concerns about delays the mapping process, the challenges, and also some of the state broadband offices maybe not being ready to stand this up. So how do you see this evolving, and when do you think you can actually get shovels in the ground and know what funding you've been awarded? And then just finally, getting to 30 million locations is great. What about pre-building with fiber, with fixed wireless in some of those locations? I think you've talked about that. And how does fixed wireless play into some of that other 30 million plus locations that won't be getting fiber in the near term? Thanks.
Sure. So Simon, I've got to be careful about how much the partnership. It's a partnership structure. It's an entirely separate partnership structure, so you shouldn't expect to see any of the financials pull through on a balance sheet structure for us. You should expect it to come in as investment income. We'll give you characterizations of the success of that and as it carries forward, and you should think about this as both partners carrying equal weight in the execution of the entity. I think that probably gives you a good enough sense of how it carries through, and if you have something else you want to push on, I can try to give you a little more color. The BEAD timing, my point of view is I think there's been enough information put out there right now. We're going to go through a clarification cycle on the first set of data. I think that's moving along at a reasonably good clip right now, and I think, frankly, the bigger states, those that have a more robust staffing capability are being pretty prompt and aggressive in working through getting that data set squared away. I would agree with you that there's going to be some states that are maybe a little bit slower than others, but my gut is when you're thinking about kind of the 80-20 rule, the bigger states, they're going to have the bulk of the funding, are pretty zoned in on this, and they're moving pretty aggressively to get the process underway. And while there may be some smaller states that take a little bit longer to get their act together or are waiting to see how models develop in some of the more lead states that have bigger staffs to consider these things and then kind of be fast followers, I don't think that's going to inhibit some of the more aggressive states from being in the process and us being in a situation where in the third quarter there's going to be monies starting to flow down from the federal government and being turned back to the states for execution. So I don't think you're going to see any substantial shovels on the ground and certainly customers being served in any substantial way this year. But I do think you're going to see projects and monies awarded before we exit this year, and you will see those volumes start to come online as we move into periods of 2024. And I expect that those will be concentrated in some of the bigger states that have more robust staffs that can move through this fairly quickly and pretty much have a view of how they want to go about doing this or just trying to get the data to fit into the process. As I've said before, we view fixed wireless as being a tool in the toolbox that we can use to deal with opportunities in areas that are less densely populated. We'll have our next rendition of the product in the market this year. There will be places where we view it as being an acceptable substitute for fiber deployment. They're going to be less densely populated areas where it makes sense to do that. We have a plan as to how we want to test our assumptions around that. We will deploy and take advantage of that. I think it can have an opportunity to help us on some of the long-standing hybrid fiber copper base that we have that maybe has some speed challenges, and it will probably help us manage some of the churn characteristics associated with that. And I would expect to use it in that case. And then I would also add, look, there's a lot of businesses that maybe aren't in those less densely populated areas where this will be a perfectly acceptable and strong product, given the nature of how their business runs and what they need for their daily data needs and service needs. And so I do expect that we're going to have an opportunity to complement some of our strength in wireless distribution into the business market to provide a more robust fixed broadband alternative, fixed wireless broadband alternative to those customers, and bundle and package it in where it makes sense.
Simon, one other point on the capital structure for the JV to consider is that we do expect it to carry a meaningful amount of debt funding as well.
Okay, great. And are you contributing anything to it? Any
We
capital,
did.
any assets? Yeah.
We have contributed some into the partnership. The reason you're going to see it get off the ground as quickly as it will and bring its first customers on in relatively short order is because while we have been structuring and negotiating this, we've been doing a fair amount of work in parallel quietly. And so the partnership, as we've indicated, is already structured with a management team that's in place, that has been doing a lot of work on the offer, that knows the markets we're going to be in, that has infrastructure and systems set up that they can be ready to go on. And I think this is probably one of the things our partner found attractive about this. It's a first-class management team with a lot of capabilities behind it, and we will take some credit for the contribution of that work that we've done within the scope of this year.
Great. Thanks for the color.
Thanks very much, Simon. Operator, if we can move to the next question.
And our next question comes from the line of David Barden with Bank of America. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, thanks so much for taking the questions. I guess first, I just wanted to go back to the notion of the wireless postpaid phone market, quote unquote normalizing. I think a lot of people look at the relatively high correlation between the substantial step up that we've had in the industry to roughly 9 million postpaid phone nets a year for the last couple of years, and AT&T's kind of resuscitated growth, as John pointed out, over the last 10 quarters. And as such, when people consider the industry, quote unquote, normalizing, there's a penchant out there, I think, to disproportionately assume that whatever amount of tide comes out on industry growth will be disproportionately allocated to AT&T because it disproportionately benefited over the last couple of years. I was wondering if you could kind of talk about that and whether you think that's realistic and that informs some of your working capital benefits that inform the cash flow, or whether you think that that's wrong and that you can kind of, if there is a tide that goes out, it's more, pro rata across the industry. That's number one. And then number two, John, you touched on something in the prepared remarks that we haven't talked about a lot here in the U.S., largely because we haven't been moving in this direction until you guys really started this fiber initiative, which is copper decommissioning. And it's, for instance, in markets like Canada, it's a huge topic where they've widely overbuilt their copper plant. And we're talking about timing and magnitude of the benefits that you start to get there. Could you kind of elaborate a little bit? Is it a little too early to start really talking about this as a tailwind in something like 24, or is it really with us? Thanks.
Sure, Dave. How are you? I don't agree with your thesis at its point. I absolutely 100% dismiss your thesis, and I don't think that's how the market is structured and functioning today by any stretch of the imagination. I think I go back and I look at our performance over the last 2.5 years. First of all, I would tell you, I think the industry's a lot more healthy than many who like to try to come up with this narrative. Is competition up, or is it destroying itself? I mean, I see a pretty consistently competitive industry over this period of time. And I tend to look at it not just on customer counts, but I look at things like both wholesale and retail revenues and how that's flowing through to service revenues. And I see a relatively balanced dynamic in the industry, but the math would tell you that balanced dynamic would suggest we've been picking up a bit of, share when it's all said and done. And I don't think that's a benefit of the number moving from, whatever you assume the normal stasis is, 7.5 million to 9 million. In fact, I would say of customers that are paying a reasonable monthly bill, we've taken more than our fair share. And I'm more interested in taking revenue share and profitability share than I am in necessarily just taking a subscriber share. And I think our numbers would suggest that we've seen an ever-improving trend over the 2.5 years in our ability to do that. So I don't submit to your point of view that if the quote-unquote industry normalizes, we revert back to, kind of where we were 3 years ago. I think where we are is because of how we're performing today, not what was going on 3 years ago, and that's kind of how I think about it. What I would tell you, Dave, is I don't think there's a windfall that comes in on restructuring of legacy costs, and I think I've been on this theme for a little while. I mean, we've been working this issue pretty aggressively since the day I came into the job, and I would say we had to start formulating the plans when I came in, but now we have a very robust and functioning organization that we're doing this, kind of day in and day out. And I spend more time talking about investing in the new business and the growth that we can get on sustainable fiber and a 5G infrastructure than I do on talking about what we are taking out of service, but we are taking stuff out of service. And so, when we start managing things like our energy costs down, it's because we're decommissioning equipment and taking it off the copper grid. When we are able to manage our dispatches down and show you improvements in our operating dynamics on dispatches, it's because we have a smaller footprint to manage. We are doing this day in and day out, and our pace at which we're doing it is accelerating. I've given you some hints along the way about the number of products that we've shuttered, and when we shutter those products, it starts to take operating costs out of the business. This is part of what we have in our forecast to you to continue to improve our operating costs. So you're seeing this operating leverage start to come into the business, and it's partly contributed to the fact that we're managing through these legacy costs. And as we give you the forecast for cash this year, when we talk about improvements in our overall cost structure, some of it's coming on the backs of what we're doing here. And I'm very well aware of where our cost structure is on a comparative basis to others that we compete with in the industry, some of which do not have the hybrid asset structure that we have of both fixed and mobile. And we are, on this mission to ensure that we're not operating any of that at a disadvantage over the next, 3, 4, and 5 years. And I think you're going to just see this ratably come in over that period of time as we work through what is, it's frankly a bit of a painstaking process to go through. It's, central office by central office, line by line, customer by customer, but it needs to be done. I think it can be done in a way that makes us a better and healthier business, where we have a great hybrid of a fabulous fiber footprint with a fabulous wireless network that is ultimately the future of how customers are going to buy together. And I like that. I think that hard work will be rewarded in that regard, but I will fully admit we are creating new intellectual property here around how you get to this space, and I'm choosing to do it organically internally, not through a front-end private equity transaction that puts a little bit of cash in my pocket, but ultimately has the value of it accrue to somebody else over the hard work of 3, 4, and 5 years.
Good to hear, John. Thank you.
Thanks very much, David. Operator, if we can move to the next question.
And our next question comes from the line of Craig Moffett with SVB Moffett-Nathanson. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you. So I want to stay, if I could, with this topic of your portfolio of broadband, John. If I think about your kind of overall mobility national footprint, it sort of maps with today roughly, call it 16, 17% of the country already overbuilt with fiber, another 10 or 12% to be overbuilt with fiber. Can you just talk about how you think about the consumer value proposition in those different segments where you have wireless that doesn't have a fiber component, where it does, and what role fixed wireless might play to sort of round out that consumer value proposition?
Yeah, the way I think about it, Craig, is, and I tried to use this reference earlier, is I think it's a bit of a, I don't want to use the term land rush because it's not that easy to put fiber in. It takes a little bit longer than a land rush, but we are definitely in a window right now where I do believe, a good portion of the United States will ultimately have a fiber connection to it. And I believe there'll be, if you think about this over the long haul, that we're moving to an industry, and I've been pretty clear about this, that ultimately customers are going to want to buy connectivity from one place. They don't necessarily distinction between their fixed provider and their mobile provider. And I think over time, we're going to see an ordering of industry assets that leans more toward that. And my point of view to be in a strong position is if you have the best technology out there and you ultimately build the largest footprint fastest, you're going to be in a better position to ultimately play in the outcome of how that restructuring gets done. And you're going to have the strongest customer base on a relative basis. And owning and operating those assets and having the ability to control the product offering and control the costs on it will be the best way to control your progress going forward. So yes, it's a deliberate process to continue to build fiber infrastructure and ultimately overlay it with a wireless business. But that's a process that I think is incredibly durable and sustainable. And my job is to make sure I'm doing it faster and better than anybody else. And I think I'll come out in an okay place as a result of that. And as I said, my job is to ensure that people who give us money to go and allow for us to make that investment feel that on a marginal basis and incremental basis, we're doing that in a way that's driving successful returns. I think fixed wireless, as I said, has its place in the portfolio. I don't see its place long-term in dense metropolitan areas, and I don't see it in reasonably well-populated suburban areas. I don't see the dynamic of that product, and I've been pretty clear about this. If I start to think about consumer behavior and demands of consumption, and I start to take those curves out over 3 years, I don't see that as the optimal way to service a customer in the near term. So I think the mobile network's role in life is to ensure that whenever somebody's away from a fixed location, they can still get the same kind of capabilities that they get while they're at home. But there's only a certain amount of bandwidth that a mobile network will ever be able to foster and support in that regard. Mobile bits are going to be higher value bits. They're going to need to be engineered differently. They should sell at a premium because of the supply and demand dynamics on it. And I want to ensure that my mobile network is, in fact, delivering that premium solution on those mobile bits when they need to be provided. And it's absolutely 100% there to do that. And I think at the end of the day, if your mobile network is doing it in that fashion, then you're going to have an opportunity to work in the high-value mobile space for what are going to be emerging capabilities that people need to facilitate the true promise of 5G and real-time transmission ubiquitously, any place, anywhere.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Greg. Operator, we have time for one last question.
And that last question comes from the line of Michael Rollins with Citi. Please go ahead.
Thanks, and good morning. Just thinking a little bit more about the wireless growth opportunity. Can you share with us how AT&T is doing with the up-tiering of customers onto unlimited and premium unlimited plans? And then given some of the comments on inflation, are there opportunities for AT&T to update wireless and fiber pricing again this year? And are any of those opportunities included in the guidance? Thanks.
Hi, Mike. So I'm not going to look. It's just not good hygiene to talk about what our plans are on pricing, and I don't intend to do that today. I would just maybe point you back to we have a management team who is very good at understanding where we have great value to our customer and where we're selling in that market, and are we getting the maximum value and value exchange back from the customer. And that's across all of our products and services. Last year, I mean, you can see we saw an area where we felt like we had some customers that weren't taking advantage of the best plans that we had to offer with the most recent features. And we decided to work in our customer base to help them understand that there were better places they could go where there was maybe an exchange for them to pay us a little bit more, but get a lot more for what they were paying us. I think we executed that incredibly well. We just gave you churn numbers that were, incredibly strong churn numbers, all while we did that. And I think you should step back from that and say that's pretty good execution. I'm not sitting here telling you about I grew service revenues and I'm dealing with a customer flight problem. I dealt with lower churn, and I think that's a testament to the fact that we were able to get a win-win proposition in our customer base, where the customers walked away feeling better about the circumstances. And we'll continue to look for those opportunities anywhere in our portfolio on any product where we think we can do those types of things. That's just part of being good management, and I would expect that there's always opportunities for us to look into that. Where I think we are on our ability to walk people up the value continuum, we still have room. We're not through the 5G replacement cycle. As you know, when a customer comes in and chooses to do that upgrade, that's a great opportunity for us to talk to them about what product and services that they have, and to help them understand that maybe buying a more robust plan or fine-tuning how they're buying plans from us might fit into their portfolio and give them the best value. And we do expect we're going to continue to make headway on that, and that's part of that service revenue growth that Pascal guided you to. I don't think anything that we've got in there is Herculean. We've been talking about this for the better part of 3 years with you. Every year we've managed to do what we said we were going to do, and it's been consistent with the service revenue numbers that we forecasted for you. I think you should also understand that the global economy is not completely recovered from the pandemic. We still expect that as travel continues to normalize itself, that we're going to see a little bit of uptick and relief coming from the likes of more global visitors coming in on roaming and people going places. I think Asia is still going to be suppressed for a period of time, but let's hope the back end of recent policy changes that have occurred in Asia means that we will eventually hit a normalization there that will ultimately get us back to kind of pre-pandemic norms at some point, which is, it's good to be going down that path as opposed to having, a major footprint that is kind of trying to create a fortress and not allow people to move back and forth between their borders. So we've started the beginning of the end there, which is good. So I don't feel any concern around whether or not we can effectively move people up that continuum. We still have room to grow. We're banking on that in our guidance, and we'll execute around it just as we have any other years. I don't know if you want to add anything there, Pascal.
No, I think that's all well said.
Thanks.
So, gang, I appreciate your time this morning. I'm really pleased with the year. I thought it was a strong, consistent execution year. I am just equally as pleased that we've done the right things to set us up for continued growth as we move through 23. I hope you feel the same. I know the management team is very focused on delivering what we shared with you this morning as our expectations. I feel really good about where our customer base is. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, to have churn levels in our wireless business running at the position they're in with the competitive intensity that is occurring in the industry, to have the position we have with our broadband base on fiber and the customer satisfaction is coming with it, I think bodes incredibly well, even in an uncertain environment as we're moving forward. And the good news is I think we can grow in both those places to continue to drive the kind of tempered and direct growth that we shared with you. So we're looking forward to doing it again next year. I think we've got the right opportunities in place. I think there's a lot more that we know we can still do to run this business better, and we're about doing that to ensure that we deliver improved performance for you moving forward. So thank you very much. I hope you all have a great 23.
And ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our conference for today. Thank you for your participation and for using AT&T conferencing service. You may now disconnect.
We're sorry. Your conference is ending now. Please hang up.
All right, boys. Well, that's my morning.